I've had this Daytona now for 6 months, and it's still a dazzling piece. But how is it holding up, and how much do I really wear it compared to my other Rolex? How difficult is it to wear as a daily piece, and is it too precious or too flashy? And what do I actually wear it with? I'll get into those answers after the short film. I wore my two-tone Daytona today with my newest suit, a medium gray flannel suit by Orazio Luciano. I think the medium gray went well with the yellow gold and the black of the Daytona. And the diamonds on the Daytona make it a little bit more dressy, so it matches the increased formality of the suit. The double-breasted jacket just wraps around your torso and makes you feel snug and feel a little bit more elevated. I have about a 36 or 37 inch chest, and I think the fit on this is pretty decent. The sleeve pitch is not perfect for me, and I do have uneven shoulders, so there's always a little bit of wrinkles in the back on my suits, but the heaviness of the wool flannel helps smooth out some of the wrinkles. The size of the waist feels just about perfect. There is some taper, so it doesn't look totally boxy, but there is some extra room in the waist. And there's plenty of extra room in the chest, which helps when I move my arms. And the shoulders are extended, so that in combination with the wide lapels makes my shoulders look bigger than they are. It's a very heavyweight wool flannel, and it's fully lined, so this is a very warm suit. The trousers have a very small single pleats, so it almost looks like a plain front, and the waistband has no belt loops, which I like. It gives a cleaner look to it. But the inside of the waistband is fairly complicated. It takes 4 buttons to actually fasten the waist, 3 on the inside and 1 on the outside. Then there's 4 more buttons in the fly. And then there's an actual extra button on the outside of the waistband, so I can make it tighter if I needed to. But the waist is already fairly snug right now. And I always like to get my trousers cuffed with a fairly large 2-inch cuff. That helps weigh down the pants and gives it more of a cleaner line. And with double-breasted jackets, there's an extra button on the inside, which you should always fasten to give it a cleaner look. I usually just fasten 1 button. The bottom button I leave open usually, but you could button both rows if you wanted to. But the biggest problem with this suit was that the measurements that were posted online were incorrect. I usually look for a 29-inch long jacket, but this one was actually close to 30 and a half. So it was too long for me, and I decided to tailor it to shorten the jacket. Normally I don't recommend shortening a jacket, but this one was just too long, and I decided to take a chance and have it shortened by 1 inch. But even that, it does throw off the proportions of the jacket. Now that I mentioned it, you could probably notice that the 3 button rows are standing a little bit too low compared to the overall jacket. So it makes it look like a lower button stance, and the lower row of buttons stand almost too close to the bottom of the jacket. And if the jacket had pocket flaps, I think it would be even more noticeable. But overall, I think it came out fairly well. I couldn't have returned it because I got it at a discount. But I enjoyed wearing it today. But now that the weather is getting warmer, I probably won't have much chance of wearing it again anytime soon until the fall comes around. So I prefer to wear this Daytona with the suit, and I do enjoy wearing this watch. But yes, it is a little bit difficult to wear it. It does stand out because of the diamonds and the yellow gold, and I've already had a couple people notice this watch. I may not be comfortable wearing this with short sleeves in the summer, but I usually just wear it under a long sleeve. And I'm also conscious of the fact that it's going to scratch up very easily. Out of all my watches, I think this two-tone Daytona, I feel most conscious about getting it scratched. Even my gold Daytona, I don't feel as conscious about that watch. Maybe it has to do with being two-tone, but I think the scratches are going to show up extra sharply on these polished center links. But so far it still looks like it's in new condition. I think I need to get around this issue by just imagining that it's already scratched, or I already dropped it and it has a big ding in it. So when I do get that first scratch, I won't be feeling upset about it. They made some minor improvements in the new version this year. They made some positive adjustments to the proportions of the subdial, which I do like. And in the new 126503, they actually filled in the subdials with the gold color in a Paul Newman style. And they upgraded the movement, but this movement is already great, and it already has a 70-hour power reserve. So I'm keeping the two-tone Daytona, and I'll continue to wear it. I'm not giving it up, and I worked too hard to get this watch to just let it go. I'm hoping for a stainless steel black dial Daytona next, and that would complete a perfect trio of black dial Daytonas, steel, two-tone, and full gold.